Country superstar Brad Paisley has always been open about his love story with his wife, actress Kimberly Williams-Paisley, a romance that began when he first saw her on screen in Father of the Bride. But recently, Brad opened up about something even more touching: the deep, enduring bond between Kimberly and her Father of the Bride co-star, the legendary Diane Keaton. Their connection, which has spanned decades, goes beyond Hollywood. It's a genuine friendship built on creativity, mentorship, and mutual admiration. And according to Brad, it's nothing short of magic. A friendship born on the set of a classic. Back in 1991, when Kimberly Williams-Paisley was cast as Annie Banks, the radiant bride-to-be in Father of the Bride, she was just 19 years old, an up-and-coming actress making her big screen debut. Working alongside icons like Steve Martin and Diane Keaton could have been intimidating, but Kimberly quickly found comfort in Keaton's warmth and guidance. Diane really took her under her wing, Brad recently shared in an interview. Kim was this young actress on a huge set surrounded by legends, and Diane saw something in her spirit, her humor, her sincerity. They've been close ever since. Over 3 decades later, their connection remains strong. From movie premieres to private dinners, to simply cheering each other on through different phases of life, the two women have cultivated a friendship that transcends their Hollywood beginnings. Brad calls it magic. Brad Paisley, who's been married to Kimberly since 2003, says he's always been fascinated by his wife's friendship with Keaton. "There's something magical about the way they interact," he said. "They're both these strong, creative forces, but they also have this childlike curiosity and humor that just lights up a room. When you put them together, you can feel that energy, it's contagious." Brad recalls moments when Keaton has visited their home or joined them at events, saying the dynamic between Kimberly and Diane is like watching two kindred spirits bounce off each other. They'll be talking about everything: art, acting, life, even gardening, and they just get each other, Brad added with a laugh. Diane will start saying something completely wild and eccentric, and Kim will meet her right there with the same energy. It's beautiful. Diane's influence on Kimberly's career. While Kimberly Williams-Paisley has carved out her own impressive career, from According to Jim to Nashville to 2.5 Men, she's always credited Diane Keaton for helping shape her as an actress and as a woman in Hollywood. "Diane taught me that being different is your power," Kimberly once said in an interview. "She's never been afraid to stand out or to follow her instincts, and that gave me so much courage early on in my career." Kimberly often points to Keaton's authenticity, her refusal to conform to Hollywood's expectations, as something that inspired her to stay true to herself. "She's quirky and brilliant, but most of all, she's real," Kimberly said. "When you're young in this industry, you can get lost trying to be what everyone wants you to be. Diane helped me see that who I am is enough." Father of the Bride reunion brought back memories. When the cast of Father of the Bride reunited virtually in 2020 for a mini-special titled Father of the Bride Part 3-ish, raising money for World Central Kitchen during the pandemic, fans were delighted to see Diane Keaton and Kimberly Williams-Paisley sharing the screen again after nearly 30 years. Brad said the reunion was emotional for Kimberly. "She came home that day just glowing," he recalled. Reconnecting with Diane and Steve was like stepping back into this joyful moment in her life. It reminded her how much that film shaped who she is, not just as an actress, but as a person. And Diane, ever the proud on-screen mom, couldn't stop singing Kimberly's praises. "She's still the same beautiful, grounded, funny girl I met all those years ago," Keaton said during the reunion. "It's been incredible to watch her grow into this strong woman and wonderful mother." The mutual admiration goes both ways. Brad revealed that Diane Keaton has become a beloved figure in their household, not just to Kimberly, but to him and their 2 sons as well. "She's like family to us," he said. "The boys adore her. She's funny, unpredictable, and completely herself, which makes her instantly lovable." And for Kimberly, that friendship has remained one of the constants in her ever-changing Hollywood life. "She's been there through the highs and lows," Kimberly shared in a past interview. "There's something very grounding about having someone like Diane in your corner, someone who's seen it all but still approaches life with curiosity and joy. A shared love for creativity and compassion." Beyond Hollywood, Kimberly and Diane share a passion for using their platforms for good. Kimberly has long been an advocate for Alzheimer's research, founding the Narrowgate Project in honor of her mother, who battled dementia before passing in 2016. Diane, whose mother also suffered from Alzheimer's, has been deeply involved in related causes for decades. "That's another connection they have," Brad said softly. "They've both faced the pain of watching someone they love fade away, and instead of letting that break them, they've channeled it into compassion and action. That's where their bond gets even deeper. It's about resilience. The two women have also been known to brainstorm creative collaborations, both in film and philanthropy. According to Brad, they've talked about doing something together for years. Knowing them, it'll happen when the timing is right, and it'll be something meaningful. The lasting impact of Father of the Bride. More than 30 years after its release, Father of the Bride continues to resonate with audiences, not just as a beloved comedy, but as a timeless story about family, love, and growing up. For Kimberly, it also represents the beginning of lifelong relationships. It's more than a movie to her, Brad explained. It's the start of friendships that have shaped her life, especially with Diane. Every time someone mentions Father of the Bride, there's this sparkle in Kim's eyes because it reminds her of that connection. The film's enduring charm has also kept Kimberly in close touch with her on-screen family. She and Keaton still occasionally text about funny behind-the-scenes moments, like the chaotic wedding scenes or Keaton's unforgettable wardrobe choices. Diane will send her a random photo or a memory, Brad said. And Kim will just start laughing. It's like they never left that set. Brad's heartfelt take on their bond. As a husband who's watched this friendship flourish for over 2 decades, Brad says he's grateful for the influence Diane Keaton has had on his wife. Diane reminds Kim to be fearless, Brad said. She encourages her to take risks, to laugh at herself, to keep creating. And as her husband, that's one of the best gifts anyone could give. He added, in this business, it's rare to find genuine people who aren't trying to compete or compare. Diane has always just loved Kim for who she is. That's the kind of friendship that lasts a lifetime. Diane's enduring legacy, and her place in the Paisley family story. While Diane Keaton is celebrated for her groundbreaking roles in Annie Hall, Something's Gotta Give, and countless other classics, Brad says her real legacy lies in how she makes people feel. She has this ability to see the good in everyone, he shared. And she brings that out of Kim. Whenever they're together, I see this version of my wife that's even lighter, freer, more joyful. That's why I call it magic. Kimberly, for her part, often says she's learned as much about life from Diane as she has about acting. She's taught me that aging can be beautiful, that weird is wonderful, and that it's okay to dance through life, literally, she joked in one interview. A friendship that continues to inspire. In a world where Hollywood friendships can often be fleeting or superficial, the enduring connection between Kimberly Williams-Paisley and Diane Keaton stands out as something real and rare. It's a friendship built on respect, creativity, and shared experiences, one that's inspired not only their fans but also Kimberly's husband, Brad. I've written love songs for Kim, Brad said, smiling. But if I ever wrote one about friendship, I think I'd write it about her and Diane. It's one of the most beautiful relationships I've ever seen.